Hello again. We're doing Excel practice test 2. So we have this amazing spreadsheet. First, we're going to unhide the worksheet called hidden. Well, these are the worksheets at the bottom here. Remember? There's one with a picture on. Okay, hidden, we have to unhide it. So right click and unhide. Well, it's already unhidden. Okay, fine. Well, anyway, here we go. How can they say it's unhidden? Yeah, I just right clicked and clicked on, oh yeah, unhide the worksheet called hidden. Alright, anyway, go to the data worksheet and change the printing options. The data worksheet will fit on one page. Printing is vertically centered. Row and column headings are also shown. Printed. Anyway, data. Well, I'm going to click Control A and make sure everything's vertical. Well, it is already vertically centered. And page, and we're going to go to the page layout, page setup, and make sure it only fits on one page. So you do that by clicking on the, if you choose the drop down arrow, you can decide how many pages. Okay, so another thing, we had to do our sheet. We've got to go to sheet, rows and columns to repeat at top. So let's go to rows to repeat at top. We're going to choose a row. Okay, fine, we choose that one. Just click, and it'll choose this whole row. And then columns to repeat at left, you click on that, and then you click on the column G, and then that's it. So it was on the sheet, and you had rows to repeat, columns to repeat, and you just click the buttons there, those arrows, and that basically gives you an option to choose you want to repeat, and you click OK. Okay, fine, doesn't like us having the oops, because I did it twice, so delete that. Click the button again, and then click on the G, and then we're done, and click OK. Right, next one. Oh yeah, we've got the headings. Right. Add the name of the spreadsheet and the path as a field in the right section of the header. So we did that before, so let's do it again. We go to insert header and footer. We'll find that in the text section over here, header and footer. And we're going to go to the header on the right section of the header, so it's there. Well, that's the middle section, so we have to scroll. Oh, it is the right section. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to put in our name of our sheet called data, and a space, and then we're going to go and click on file path, and that's it. And then we click away over here, and then we go to view, and then normal. And we're back to normal. Right, locate the headings row 5, formatting headings so that the text runs horizontally in row 5. Right, so before it was probably vertical, so how would we actually do that? Normally you would go to alignment, and then you have this, you see, it probably was like that, and then you would actually make sure it was 0 degrees over here. Obviously that's been done. Change the horizontal text alignment to justified. So right, so in the alignment tab you can then go to justify over here where it says horizontal. Okay, that's also been done. Change the currency format of the values in column C to rands. Column C, now it has already been done, so I'm going to undo it. I'm going to highlight it, go to font and number, and I make sure that it's just, numbers. Right, now if it's just numbers, then you go to arrow next to font, go to number and choose currency, and then you have the rand format. So I'm just undoing and doing it so that you can see. Format the dates to use the exact same format as those in column D. Now they are already, but if they were different, okay, like for instance, I'm now going to change them to something else, and then you can see, I can show you how you can change your dates. Okay, so now it's that. If you want the format of this to look like that, all you do is click on one of those cells, click your paintbrush, top there in the home tab, and then with your paintbrush and your mouse pointer, highlight the stuff you want to change, and there it is, done. That format painter is very useful indeed. Okay, number of days that the vehicle vehicles are parked. Yeah, we want to, in column F, the number of days that vehicles are parked for. So we're going to subtract the day out from the day in. Now they've already done it, okay? And then it says you mustn't include, this includes the first, no, this includes the first and the last days. So you've got to add 1 to your answer. So I'm actually going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to click on the 1, type an equal sign, click on the day out, type a minus sign, click on the day in, and then I'm going to add a 1. Now you'll see that is automatically formatted to an integer with no decimals. Okay, so you had to format it over an extra font. You didn't have to use days, number, and no decimals. So you have to do that and then drag down. We didn't have to use the function days, but it also can be done. So formula in G6 to work out the total cost for parking of that vehicle. Customer gets their first day of parking free. So total cost calculated number of days, in column F, the cost per day. And what about the total cost for parking undercover, which is already calculated for you in column C? So we're using column F, K1 is the cost per day, and adding the column C to it. So that's the cost per parking undercover, number of days times by the cost per day, which is over here, there it is. All right, and I don't want you to use that. We're going to do it by ourselves because we can. So we want to actually get the number of days plus 1, and I'm going to put F6 plus 1 because it says 1 extra day, and then we're going to multiply that by that number right over there, but we're going to add that to the total cost of undercover parking, which is this one over here. So I click plus sign and I click on that one. Now I'm pressing enter, but that looks quite a lot, hey? So that was 6 days. This one was done. Okay. Right, so there wasn't any formulas in here. So the total cost 6 days times by 76 cost per day. So adding the total cost of parking, which is really calculated, and the total cost for undercover. Right, total cost for undercover. All right, and then I'm going to drag that down. But look what's going to happen when I drag it down. Well, we're going to have bad numbers because K1 then becomes K2, then it becomes K3. Can you see there? Can you see what we had here? We had K1 here, and K1 was set to a certain value, and then it's 176, but over here in this one we're multiplying by K2, not by K1. So we're going to have to do something there. K3, which is actually 18, so that's wrong. So what we have to do before we copy, we have to lock K1 by putting $1 in front of the K and $1 in front of the 1. Okay, so that it will stay the same when we copy it down. So I'm going to click on it again, drag it down. Now we'll have the proper numbers. See? Now it's all multiplying by K1. Now we have the right numbers. Now we're going to go to the next one. Add a formula in H7 to show the overall price including VAT. So we have our total cost here, and now we have to add VAT to it. Okay, here's our total cost. Now we've got to add VAT, price plus VAT, which will be, I'm assuming, 14%. So we're going to type an equal, let's delete whatever's there because it's all wrong anyway. So we click over there, type an equal sign, we click on that one, then type a plus sign, and we click on that one again, and then we type a star, and then a 14 divided by 100, and there we have it. and then we click on it and drag it down. Okay. It's quite a lot of money to pay for undercover parking garage, isn't it? Yeah, I would think so. This is the total cost for undercover. Oh, okay. Never mind. Right. Now we're going to go to our average cost. H15, average cost without VAT. No decimal places. Right, H15, here we go. Average cost without VAT. So we click over here, type equal average, open brackets. We take our this one, cost without the VAT, and we have to round it to no decimal places, because if you just use that, actually, you know what, this has already been rounded. If you go to the arrow next to font, you'll see the number tab, currency, has been rounded to 0 decimal places, so it's been pre-formatted. Otherwise you could use equal round. Right, second highest code, column A. Let's go here and see the second biggest code number in column A. So I'm going to delete that formula because I don't want to see it. You must know how to do it without looking at the answers. Hey. So we say the second highest column in column A. Where's column A? Column A is all of these codes over here. The second highest code. So we go click over there, type equal, what's second highest? Equal large, open brackets, and then we highlight our range, all of these codes over here, highlight them from the 6 to 12 with a little white plus sign, a white cross, and then comma 2 for the second highest, and then close brackets. Memorize your formula there, equal large, open brackets, the range, comma, and then 2 for the second highest. Press enter. And that is actually the second highest code, because if you look at it, that's the highest, isn't it? Right. Most common value. Now we're not going to use that mod function. What they used was mode, you know. The most common value. Okay, mode, equal mode. It's easy enough to understand. Equal mode and the number of days in column F. The most common number of days is 3. So equal mode is our most frequently occurring. Number of registration numbers that have not been entered in column B, so we're going to count blank over here, guys. So it's delete, and we're going to do it. So equal count blank, open brackets, and then we highlight the cell we want to count all the blank, highlight the range that we want to count all the blank cells. And by the way, I'm not going to close brackets, it's just one thing in brackets, so you don't have to close a bracket. It will automatically close for you. Tax for vehicles that have not been in the parking garage for 3 days. What? Oh, if the days is greater than 3 or not equal to 3. Any days that are not equal to 3, we're going to do a tax. Now let's think about that. We have 18 Rand as a tax for vehicles not in garage. So add a function to calculate the tax for number of vehicles that have not been in the parking garage for at least 3 days. Number of vehicles that are in the garage by the tax. Okay, we're going to count how many vehicles have not been parked and multiply that by that value. So equal, okay, count if, actually I'm going to do the following, equal, and then I'm going to go and click on this tax number, then I'm going to click a star, and then I'm going to say count if, open brackets, then I'm going to highlight the range for days, and then I'm going to comma not equal to 3 in double inverted commas, close that bracket for count if. So you see I slotted my count if function in there with the range and not equal to 3, less than and greater than means not equal to, and I'm multiplying K3 by that countif result, and then I've got to close a bracket there. Can you see there's brackets there, and then the outside brackets for this equal sign. Press enter and see what we get. Yep, 90 Rand. Right, now we don't have to do the graph, so that's the end of that. Wait, whoa. Add a formula H20 to show the percentage that the total cost in column G forms of the total cost plus VAT in column H. Okay. Percentage of the total cost, column G, of the total cost plus VAT. Okay, in column H. The total cost in column G, the total cost in column H. I want to know what the percentage is of the column G of the column H one. Like, seriously? Alright. Yeah, that. Well, we're going to sum up this and divide it by this number over there and multiply by 100. That's what we're going to do. So equals sum. Highlight the total cost before VAT. Alright. Divided by this number over here and times by 100 to get our percentage. Bam. Now, yep, this has already been formatted to percentage, so we don't have to times by 100. And we just do that. How do I know it's been formatted to percentage? Click on the cell, arrow next to font, because I saw the percentage sign. Go to number, see that percentage? It's already there. So it's been formatted as percentage. In other words, it's been multiplied by 100. Whatever goes in there has been multiplied by 100 and given a little percentage symbol as well. And that is it for this. We're not going to do graphs, so see you in the next one.